Welcome once again as we get set for another Premier Division encounter between Fatima College, the visitors, in their traditional blue and yellow stripes, a little splash of white thrown in, and of course the Green Machine, St. Augustine Secondary at home, and hoping that Lady Luck will smile on them, but they have a real task on their hands against the unbeaten Fatima College. Fatima drew their opening game with St. Benedict's College 1-1, and they haven't been beaten since. In fact, they have a win over Naparima College to their credit as well, ending a long streak, a long unbeaten streak in the Premiership by Naparima College. And then, as if to follow Fatima's lead, that game was 2-1 with a last-minute winner for Fatima. And as if to follow Fatima's lead, St. Benedict's College also went on to edge Naparima by a 1-0 margin. So both of those teams, they go marching through to the semi-finals. And of course, on the last day of matches, it was just a question of who would finish first and who would finish second. St. Augustine, meanwhile, staring down at really staring down the barrel of a gun, literally, with nothing to show for their efforts so far this season. They have a new coach and trying to implement a new system, a new approach, and some of the players obviously able to understand it a little bit better than others. It's just been a tough outing for them, and the fact that they're so limited in terms of the number of games that you almost always find yourself behind the 8 ball when things don't start well for you. So it's always going to be a challenge for teams, especially young teams, and a lot of these teams, it must be said, probably started their preparations late. Fatima, on the other hand, these are the same kids who, more or less, who got them promotion back to the Premiership. So they know each other very well. Probably starting at under 14s, under 15s, under 16s, and now in the Premier Division. Here is Fatima now taking over and just making sure that they have everything under control. Elijah Nunez going back with it, and they're just stroking the ball around quite nicely. Fatima, no pressure, the Gans and company, as they again take it up and decide that they're going to just play it up. Jaden Williams with the brace on his right hand. Here they are, just putting the ball on the ground and just knocking it around. No problems for them. They just seem so comfortable with the ball at their feet at the moment. And now they just want to get it upfield quickly to the captain, Christian Bailey. Ball thrown in, but controlled nicely by Atherton. And there's problems here now for St. Augustine. They're under some pressure here, but they do well. They're doing very well just to win possession and avoid the eventual shot that Fatima wanted. And I'm sure Coach Hudson Barber Charles must have been preaching to his troops the importance of possessing the ball and trying to play it, keep it on the ground at all times. There's a lovely ball played upfield. It's a bit of a foot race there for Valentine, but he won't get to it before it's played back to goalkeeper Edwards. He plays a nice little ball forward and still battling for it, turning, looking for some options, and there is a good option down the left-hand side. On the right foot it goes, shot wide of the mark, taken there quickly by Romani, and keeper Romani sensed an opportunity at a strike at goal there, and unfortunately for him, he couldn't get any curve on it, and it flushed wide. So warning shots being fired here by Fatima. They mean business, and they're inching closer and closer. Quickly getting behind the ball is Jaden Williams, but it runs all the way to Edwards, whose kick is a powerful one, and it causes some discomfort for the defense. And they will have to adjust the power of his kicks. Maybe just take a step back and keep it on. Nunez gets it back, and he plays it back in the middle. Fatima still prowling. Romani gets it over to the far side. Alcantara, he decides he's going to go further to that right-hand side. Hospitales looking for something, tries to play it forward, and runs into problems. But they're still keeping the pressure up. And Williams does the smart thing, gets it up quickly, and they undermove again. The other Williams, Chaim Williams, and this time they're not able to control it. And an easy take for the goalkeeper. In fact, he's committed for an infringement there. Ball going the other way. The linesman right on spot, or the referee's assistant, as they're more commonly known. Fatima College, one of the stories of this year's Secondary Schools Football League, a team that has produced some outstanding footballers and cricketers and other sportsmen over the years. And here they are again. Of course, this is the institute of the legendary Brian Lara. Now racing down that right-hand side is the captain, Bailey, and just being thrown off his stride there quickly by an alert defender, but now the cross comes in. The goalkeeper is having problems getting there. An opportunity here for Fatima. Goal number 1. Put in brilliantly there by Kiba Romani in the 5th minute of play. And Fatima lead by 1-0. You look at it, the goalkeeper, he seemed the initial save, he seemed a little bit reluctant to catch the ball. And once it was left bouncing around there, it was easy pickings for Fatima and for Romani as he opens the scoring here for Fatima. Can St. Augustine, a team that really has had difficulty scoring goals, can they get one back? Romani again plays a nice little ball forward. This is another opportunity for them to get the ball across. This time it's cleared away by the captain, Andrews. And St. Augustine under real duress here now, early in this game. Just 5.5 minutes gone. And already you can see Fatima beginning to tighten the screws on them. And looking to probably tack on another one. They have themselves a corner. Ball played in. Again, the goalkeeper is having difficulty doing it. It just took a little deflection and it hit him on the chest as he was coming forward. Luckily for him, it got enough contact on it that he was able to get it away from his goal. So Fatima presenting real problems for St. Augustine right now. But they're bringing this one out quite comfortably, and still trying to go down this right-hand side with it is Gravesande. And here's a shot coming at goal, but much too easy for Tristan Edwards, and he claims it without too much fuss. Fatima now building. Atherton gets it over there to Hospitales, and gets it back. He now spreads it across the middle of the park, and Fatima are rolling once again. Here they come quickly. The ball turn away. Digans plays it over on that far side, trying to get it over there, but a little push, but the referee allows play to continue. And Hospitales does well, takes it down, slips a nice little ball inside. Romani, the goal scorer, looking for more, no doubt. And Hospitalis and Fatima with a good understanding of what they want to do. They play the ball around Jaden Williams. And ball stabbed forward by Atherton. Again, problems there. And now the speed of the captain. This could be goal number 2. It is. The speed of the man himself there, Christian Bailey, causing real strife for them. Look at the ball. Once it bounces, it creates real problems for them. And would you believe it, Cam Williams is there to tackle it in for goal number 2 in the 8th minute of play. So Fatima go further ahead now, and these are ominous signs for St. Augustine because defensively they haven't really been able to do much of anything by way of limiting the opposition scoring. They're going to have to try to do that here today. Throw taken quickly. Fatima again in their usual gape, rolls it around at the back. Edwards thinking of going long and decides against it. As they really playing an unbeaten season. This is all part of the maturation of this team. Hospitalis not prepared to go forward, not just yet, and instead decides that they're going to just roll it around at the back. Williams going back the other way, and he now gets it back to Atherton. Atherton back to Hospitalis, and they just, as they say, running clock at the moment, just keeping the ball, not allowing St. Augustine much by way of opportunities. And in a sense, they're trying to basically wear them down. And here is an attempt at a pass forward. Just might have had his boot clipped. But the referee says, play on. That was Alcantara. And another attempt at this, not powerful enough, for no stress whatsoever for Edwards, who plays it, and it comes off the body of the defender, and it goes behind quickly. Grisande and Fatima moving forward once again. Opportunity to move the ball into play. Williams, the goal scorer, and place it at the back post, but this time they're not quite sure where the players are. Fatima, though, will keep possession. Hospitalis plays it wide and trying to get onto it as Bailey, but unable to do. He lost his footing and would have to settle for a throw into St. Augustine. The ball actually hit him as he was trying to close down his man. Ball played up, and again Fatima pushing St. Augustine backwards. And then they take it away. Bailey takes it away, looking for some movement, trying to squeeze it in there around a wall of defenders. Had he been able to thread that needle, that would have been a great opportunity there because he saw the Gans running free in the middle. He would have been dead center of goal. And unfortunately, the ball was intercepted. So Fatima in cruise control at the moment. Bailey, Christian Bailey with the cross, with the corner kick. Ball comes in, header towards goal, but banged away nicely. The Gans back there helping out on defense, but he over pushes the ball and is going to be pulled up for a late challenge on Romain. So Fatima College, and again, a team that has been together for a very long time, probably more so than most other teams. A lot of those players came right through the ranks, and now they're reaping the rewards. The ball allowed to bounce and go out, and Edwards not under any stress at all. Allows it to go behind. St. Augustine, on the other hand, really this is a rebuild for them. They've not really enjoyed the kind of successes that they had under the likes of Gard Polonais and Jaron Nixon and some of the others, Garfield de Silva, but those were days long gone, as they say, and now they have to try to develop a whole new culture and with a whole new set of players, not just for this year but certainly for years to come. Even their women's program, which was once the really the standard bearers for women's football in TNT and for girls football, also has to do a rebuild. Fatima though moving the ball nicely. This could be another opportunity for them. Williams, who scored that second goal, looking to turn his man, and decides against it. Tees up the opportunity in the middle of the park there for Romani, who scored the first goal. This time the ball is taken away, but Fatima still maintains possession as they just play the ball around. Nunez. Back it goes to Williams, Jaden Williams. He plays it over, and it goes to Atherton, Johanse Atherton. Looks up, sees that he has an easy target in Alcantara, Justin Alcantara, always ever present. Hospitalis, though, trying to slip his man, but is robbed of it by Romain. And those two are going to collide again. Ball played in the middle, but again, easy interception for Fatima. They have good sturdy readers of the game at the back, Fatima College, and they tend to work as a unit, not prepared to just give the ball up, but instead try desperately to keep the ball on the ground and always look to build something, even from the back. Not on that occasion, however. But so far so good for Hudson Charles, the man they call Baba, who I'm sure will be thrilled to see the way his team has started in this game. And 2 goals to the good. So that will make him happy, even though I would think, knowing Baba, he would probably want to get a couple more as quickly as possible in order to just ease whatever anxieties the players may have. Because as we've said all along, a 2-goal lead doesn't always mean you're home and dry. But here's another ball played forward. But St. Augustine, though, trying to get behind the backs. That's good football. The ball hooked back. Chance for a shot. Blocked. Not for the first time. In fact, the second attempt was a much better block. The first one still allowed the second shot. But what a fantastic feed that was there. And they're coming again, St. Augustine, finding a little bit of life here. But that is all cleared up quickly by Jaden Williams. And it's going to be a St. Augustine throw-in. So they saw a little glimmer going down that right-hand side. And they almost priced open a chance for themselves. St. Augustine now looking for something forward and trying desperately to just keep Fatima off balance, keep them honest a little bit, and not allow them to just dictate pace all the time. Another ball thrown in. That's good skill again. Here he goes once more, trying to knife his way past everyone. And Marcel Valentine looks to be a real load. He has long legs and also has pretty decent dribbling skills, as you've seen already. But he's a runner, and that could cause problems for any defense once he's able to control the ball and try his best or get help by players playing him the ball into tight spaces or playing the ball into open spaces so he could run onto the ball. They don't always have to play to his feet, but you could lead him into the advanced positions. Here's another battle in midfield as they try to bring it forward with some conviction. Cooper, again the ball not really troubling goalkeeper Edwards. Tristan Edwards in goal for Fatima. Looks very assured and has kept a number of clean sheets. In fact, he's only conceded 2 goals all season long. They're on the move again with Williams. Jaden Williams plays it up, but the defense holds once more. That's a careless ball because it It's played right back into Fatima, and they're moving forward again. They have opportunities. Romani thinking of a shot. No, he tries to slip it inside because he saw Mason was running just to his right, and unfortunately for him, the ball was taken away. But it's still a corner to Fatima. 17 and a half gone. Fatima 2, St. Augustine 0. Here is another corner played inside the defense again, a little bit guilty of not really getting elevation and getting distance for the clearance. And as a result, they have Fatima still looking. The goalkeeper again is in trouble there because he was coming out with it, and he and the defender almost colliding there at the back. Rahim Romain again was in the mix. But goalkeeper Andrew Delis stretched there just that little bit. Fatima again. Here is the chip ball by Bailey. And there is the goalkeeper coming. And so too was Rahim Romain trying to help out on defense. They missed everything. A chance here now. Fatima has to be careful because looking in the background with his long legs is this man. He's very dangerous, and he got a shot off from a tight angle. In fact, he made fairly good contact, Marcel Valentine, and could so easily have slipped it past the goalkeeper. From that angle, I didn't expect him to get that much of a hook on it, but he did well, and he got it past the first post as opposed to hitting it down to the back post. And Edwards, though, just waiting. I'm not quite sure. He's sending instructions. He's telling his players what is needed. And as the captain, as a leader, I should say, on the team, he is probably one of the best persons to pass out instructions. And he's telling them what he wants to see. It's almost like the coach on the field. He gets it out there to Williams. He looks up, sees that he has the guns in play. So Fatima not under any stress right now. Here's a quick ball played forward, and it's changing hands again. Rahim Romain doing his bit, and he gets this one into the up position, but it might be blocked, and nothing doing there. Valentine can't keep it, and Fatima has it once more. Quick turnaround. De Gans trying to play it over on the far side. Bailey does well, keep it under control. They're trying to get it into Romani quickly. Even Hospitalis loses out, and there goes that man again, Rahim Romain, down that left-hand side. He's a quick man, and he's fairly skillful also. Leaving the ball though, and still now having to battle back for it, and trying his best to keep it in play. Fatima though still creating problems with Mason, Joshua Mason. So 21 minutes gone. Fatima really enjoying themselves in this game. It's probably gotten a little bit tighter with the emergence of St. Augustine to some degree. And I suppose it might be a little bit bewildering that a team that has this much talent, and you could see it. Here's another ball hooked back inside. Fatima again with another opportunity there, and this time it's blocked by the defenders, trying to turn his way out of the press, but loses out, and they'll start again. Williams looks up and sees that he has Atherton with him, and they decide they'll keep it among themselves together with Edwards, the goalkeeper. He now fires one upfield, and it's not controlled in the end. So a throw into St. Augustine, and they're trailing in this game, but to their credit, they've kind of come on fairly well in the last 10 minutes or so, although Fatima always look in control. Cam Williams, the goal scorer, he scored the second one. Keeper Roman, he scored the first. And here comes St. Augustine again, another errant pass. Pressure, just denying them the opportunity. Gans now drifting around in midfield, gets it to Bailey. Bailey looks up, sees that he has support. And it's played out here to Williams now. Kevin Williams, the goal scorer. He plays it back in the middle. Opportunity for Romani to probably get something going. This time they leave it, and it's hit by Mason. But it's blocked, and they still have a chance here. Ball headed down, and Fatima now will have to defend. Still trying to get around his man. Nunez doing well. And Digans now for Fatima, taking control of midfield, and once you control midfield, most times you'll control the game. Joyce Hospitalis slips inside nicely, looking for the reverse pass, plays a nice little ball over, and they're going for the return ball, but it's not controlled well by Fatima. Hospitalis again misses as they come forward quickly. That is a dangerous play there, because he was kicking and he almost decapitated Hospitalis. The young man must be wondering, why would I put my head there? Because that big boot was coming up there from Romain. So 2-0 Fatima. They are really enjoying what they're doing here. You can see them working to a plan. They're just trying to include as many people as possible, get everybody touches, and try to wear down the opposition. And so far, so good for them. They've done well. Digans comes to the ball, picks it up quickly, but then his pass back to Nunez is an errant one. And it goes behind for a throw-in. St. Augustine, though, must be wondering when somebody like a guard Paulin will walk through the doors to help them out. Or maybe even a Jaron Nixon could come and render some assistance. And a tough grade. I think Dwight York actually spent a little time with them as well when he came to Trinidad to go to school. Here goes Hospitalis again. Plays a little tight one inside, but Fatima again just picking apart the St. Augustine midfield. They're just running through them with relative ease. That ball forward there probably was just a little too light. They didn't have enough power on it. Here is a nice little cross ball, but guess who's there first? I thought the goalkeeper had enough time to come and get it. However, he gets it back. The shot comes, but it's way too easy for Edwards. And maybe that is what he was trying to avoid by coming out for the ball, but the defender probably didn't hear his call and tried to play the ball himself. So you can see the coach having words for his troops, and it must be said, St. Augustine, their record really doesn't do them justice at this time, because they are much better than their record will suggest. It's just plain to see. And here comes Fatima again. This time Bailey can't catch up with it. They were trying to do the smart thing, get it down the flanks of the field, and then Rain crosses in to the middle where they have these very talented front runners, but this time it was a little too straight and a little too firmly struck. So here's another opportunity. Here's a shot from the man Digans trying to fool the goalkeeper there. He looked like he was going to make the pass, and then at the last moment he decided, maybe I'll just have a shot myself, see if I could squeeze it in at that far post. Here they come again, playing the ball around. Alcantara rolls it forward. They have movement again. Hospitalis. cool, calm, comfortable. You could see all the Fatima players look very comfortable, very relaxed on the ball. And just as I say that, they produce an errant pass. But that was good control also coming up from at the back there by Guzande. Ball picked up by Digans again. And he has support. Williams turns nicely, turns away from the pressure. Nunez tries to really curl this one in to the heart of the defense. And now has an opportunity to run. And here they go, the speed of Fernandez. He's looking for something, plays the ball inside, but it just is a little bit too short. And they're going to have to defend it again. Now running away from the ball. The goalkeeper is coming, and that's a wicked tackle there. You could see Alcantara look really tasting a goal there. And just had it taken away from him, taken off his boot. And danger averted for St. Augustine. But they are down by 2-0. And they really need to figure out something quickly, or else they might get overrun here by Fatima. Fatima not taking their foot off the gas at all. And that's a dangerous pass. In fact, it's a careless pass because his teammate was in a much more advanced position. He played the ball behind him and played it into the path of the defender. The captain, Bailey, comes way back for this one. And he's trying to kick the ball forward, but he loses the handle on it. In fact, he miskicks the ball, and now he has to fight back for it. He had left his position in attack, came all the way back on defense to get the ball, and then when he tried to play it forward, he miskicked the ball badly. And another chance here. They're trying to get it going down that right-hand side for Ferdinand, but he can't get the handle on it. Here is Bailey again, the captain, trying to turn his man, shifting one way then the next. The ball just seemed to be sticking under his feet. He can't get kicking room just yet. And decides he's going to pass it back, and he makes another errant pass. St. Augustine now trying to hit quickly, and he too, the pass is not a particularly good one, Romain, as they now find themselves on the defensive. Williams plays it in, the goal scorer. Has a ball, he was trying to shape it into that left channel. Nunez gets it back there to Digans. Digans running forward as it chips the ball forward. But again, the defense very active back there and able to come over and do the intercept. We have a player down. So it's a good opportunity for Fatima to just talk it over. St. Augustine the same way. And this is bad news for St. Augustine because Raheem Romain is their engine in the middle of the park. And if you lose him, you lose a big chunk of your offense. So I'm sure they'll work hard on getting him back raring to go. And the referee is trying to maybe asking to take him off the field so that he could put the laces back on. And now he's going to try to hobble off on his own accord. And that's a good sign because St. Augustine clearly would need him the rest of the way in this game, especially against a team as formidable as Fatima, who are unbeaten so far this season. So Fernandez showing some good promise down this right-hand side. Everything just seems to be a little bit delayed right now, a little bit labored. But it's going to be Fatima who, with the corner, will try to get things restarted here. Here it is again, this one aimed at the back post and trying to get there again. Bailey loses the handle on it. And now Edwards, the ball going away from him. Williams, though, trying to keep it in play. and the ball is blocked for a Fatima throw-in. Nobody stays up in attack. They all seem to want to go back. Here's a throw, a deep one, but it sails out. In fact, it's pushed out, so it's going to be another corner to Fatima. So that was played out very nonchalantly. You almost didn't think that it was going to go out for a corner kick. But, and again, these are just some of the little judgment, the little errors in judgment that could cause problems for a team. Back on the field is Romain. He's back on defense now. Fatima, here is Bailey's cross, and this time it's headed away. And again, Hospital is keeping it in play. That's not a bad attempt by Nunez, but he didn't play it well. He may get a second bite of the cherry though. Here, yes he does. Here's a lovely ball played in. The goalkeeper is coming, and he is losing out on it. And it might be an offside call, but I'm sure the Gans thought he had beaten the offside trap and was looking there. The ball played nicely ahead of him, and he got a toe onto it. And before the tackle from Romain could come, he got it into the back of the net, but it doesn't count. So again, a good ball from Nunez, just kind of curling it around the defense into the part of his teammate. And on another day, it might just be goal number 3. But at least the Gans did the right thing. He finished it off and then let the officials make their decisions. He, meanwhile, did his part. Now they go again. Another ball played over the top. This could be another problem here. Williams plays it back inside. Here is the Gans trying to curl it into that back post. And another header, again, trying to get Romani involved. And it goes behind for another goal kick to St. Augustine. The Green Machine really under real duress right now. They can't seem to get the ball out of their own half. They are being pinned back here by Fatima. This might be one of the ways to get it over the half line. They do, but watch it, it's coming back the other way now. And they have to be very careful, St. Augustine, because Fatima is just waiting, almost setting up that second wall. And as soon as they get possession, they just start to spread and race forward, almost like a jailbreak. Everybody just goes. Here they come again. Williams, lovely ball forward, and trying desperately to get it to the flanks of the field. That's where they're hoping to take advantage of St. Augustine. But on that occasion, it was just slightly overhit, and it will be a throw-in. But the good thing is that it's deep in the St. Augustine half of the field. So they could set up a wall here to try to win it back quickly. And this is exactly what I was talking about. The ball, just when it's played, is squeezed quickly, and they're able to win possession without too much fuss. Nunez again, himself and Williams playing a little two-man game. That's a good stretch there to win it back, but Fatima with numbers forward again. Here they go once more, a chance for the Gans. Brilliant defensive work to snuff it out. And here is the free kick climbing on the back of the attacker. And that is going to be another free kick there. They were trying to get Valentine freed up quickly. Valentine and Fernandez at Ferdinand rather, at the speedsters. Two tall strikers. Actually, they look similar, and they wear numbers 19 and 18. And with the design on the shirt, you could almost take one for the other. Here's a shot, not a bad effort from almost out of nothing. That ball was sizzling, going towards goal. But once again, very competently, Tristan Edwards deals with it and starts a quick counter-attack going the other way. Mason applying pressure there, forcing a throw-in. So another opportunity here for Fatima to come forward with it. Mason just keep in possession, plays it back. They're coming again. Here is Hospitalis. He swings the ball inside. It's just a little too high, and Fatima still trying to get possession or regain possession. They do well, and they have it once again. Here is Hospitalis. He plays the ball forward, and the cross comes, but it's blocked, and it's going to be another corner to Fatima College. They're basically pitching tent in the St. Augustine half, and when you consider they're going what we call the uphill side of this ground, wait till you see they're going the other direction. Could be problems. The goalkeeper again is in some discomfort because the cross balls are really like his kryptonite. He just can't seem to be able to get the cross balls or get the handle on the cross balls. Sometimes when it's crossed, he's not coming for it when he should, and on that occasion he had to go and catch it, and he made a meal of it, giving away yet another corner. So real problems here for St. Augustine now. Andre DeLise under real duress. There's another one played it, but that's a little bit awkward. Bailey though, can he get a shot off? Fires one low, blocked, and he too executes a block, takes some of the sting off the ball for St. Augustine, and we have a whistle. Offsides, it looks like, is the call. They play it down on the left-hand side where the Williams has it. Here's a lovely ball played forward. The goalkeeper will have to come. DeLise, he doesn't take control of the ball. This could be another goal, and he saves it. This time, he's able to get the hand on it and plays it wide. But once again, you could see the ball from Williams. He scored the second goal, and he's looking for his second of the evening. I don't know what went on with the goalkeeper there. He had more than enough time, and there is the starboard goal. Luckily, he was able to get down quickly. Give him credit for that. But Andre DeLise, I'm sure, is not instilling confidence right now in the minds of his defenders. Because he just seems a little bit arbitrary at the back there. Those are balls, some of those he can easily control with his hands, but he chooses to play them with his legs. I'm not quite sure why. Almost 40 minutes gone. Fatima in control. Nunez trying to turn his man, should get a shot off, summers it, but it sizzles wide of the V. He was aiming for the Jepness, and it just curled away from the V. He took aim, fired, and just missed. So still 2 goals to nothing. Who would have thought, given the start that Fatima had, that we'd still be stuck on 2 goals? But it happens. But it's not for a lack of trying, and give the defense credit. They put in some timely interceptions as well. But this is all Fatima. As they win it back again, that's a brilliant header down, and they're trying to get it to Williams once more. He just has his hands on his man. The referee might blow him for that. He takes it off, and still just jockey in positions here. The ball running away though in the middle of the field. Guess who has it? Hospitalis for Fatima, and then he's kind of ridden off the ball, and he wins it back, but Fatima now has to defend this. Good play by St. Augustine, but again the passes, it's just not what is required under these circumstances. This is where they're just running out of ideas at St. Augustine, and now they will try to keep this one in play and not concede a corner kick. Just a throw in, it looks like, or actually the ball stayed in, and they're still battling for it here, and I think in the end it's going to be a free kick to St. Augustine. But this is a fierce fight from Fatima, very disciplined Fatima. They're not overawed by the height, size and speed of their opponents, and this time Edwards waits on it, and then once he decides to act, He's very decisive with his movement, and Bailey does well. Tips the ball and it comes back and takes it. Bailey on the move again, trying to thread the needle there, but not able to get this one to go. But Fatima again with possession, 42.5 minutes gone, and the ball played out way over on that far side. But St. Augustine will get there first. Lovely little skill from Romain rather. He gets it forward. And just when they needed some control, they lose the handle on the ball. Still coming back for this. This is Ferdinand. He's getting it forward and trying to get his teammate going forward there. That might have been, maybe he would have been better advised to go down, but he tried to maintain his balance there, Valentine, and I think that worked against him. So the throw in. St. Augustine now anxious to maybe get something back before the half. They will get nothing there, and that was a collision there, but it looks like he got an elbow to the head, or to the side of the head, and he goes down. And it's a little bit unfortunate, but it looked as if Atherton might have had his bell rung in that collision. So he's just saying he was trying to head the ball, and or at least just trying to close down the space, and I think an errant elbow from Valentine might have caught him at the side of the head, and like it hit him pretty good as well. So he just probably a little bit dazed, got his bell rung there, and he's probably hearing Christmas bells all this time. No. But he seems to be okay. He's going to take his time and make his way off the field. Just giving himself time to gather his thoughts. In the meantime, St. Augustine too have a player down. And that is the man who was just involved in that collision, Marcel Valentine. So it's both teams suffering some minor hiccups here as we get close to the end of the first half. A comfortable 2-0 lead for Fatima College, but comfortable is not what the coach would like. Here is the kick. Jaden Williams sends it forward again. They're trying to get the speedy Bailey started down that right-hand side. He's so quick that you almost tend to forget about him. But he can burn you with that blinding speed that he has there. And I'm sure Barber would want to capitalize on that. Reminds him of when you had the likes of Adrian Fonrose and others who were speedy forwards. Cornell Glenn, men who could close down space in a jiffy. Here's another board play back inside. Well intercepted by Fatima. They have numbers up and they play a lovely little ball in. And that's careless from Romain. And Romani trying to get in there, but the ball just played away by St. Augustine, and that will be the end of the first half. Good first half of football, more particularly from Fatima College, but St. Augustine had their moments, but at the end of it all, in the bigger picture, the bigger scheme of things, Fatima 2-0 on top and looking to stay unbeaten throughout the season, while St. Augustine staring down another defeat. So we're getting ready for second half action here. Fatima this time will kick off. They're comfortably in front by 2-0, and I say comfortably based on the kind of the state of play. But in essence, they must know that you don't want to give St. Augustine an inkling or an idea that they could get back in this game. Here's a lovely ball play down the flanks again. Mason is after it, but this time the goalkeeper comes and claims it, and he has been a real, how should I say, challenge in the first half based on what has happened with cross balls and coming in for him, turning the guns, trying to get inside there, and still battling. The referee says play on. Oh, there she. I don't think the whistle came early enough, and it was eventually called back. So a free kick to St. Augustine. This is going to be a decisive moment for them. They really need to pick something up here just to get something out of the game. I think that is what would probably suit them the most. Here is the big kick up by Brito, and further forward it goes from Valentine, and now Cooper trying to get involved here as well. Down that right hand side goes Ferdinand, trying to see if he could get at the end of that loose ball, but danger averted by an alert Jaden Williams for Fatima College. So 2-0 it is, and Fatima trying to maybe settle quickly in the second half as well. St. Augustine though would like to get some kind of success. Ball spread out to the flanks of the field. Again, the ball just keeps running running away from the defender there. It looks as if Wills is having some difficulty controlling it, the bounce. It isn't the ideal field. You see quite a number of players make errant passes even when they were attempting simple skills or trying to execute simple plays, and that's primarily because of the state of the pitch. It's not the smoothest surface, let's put it that way, that the Fatima players would have been accustomed to. This time, lovely skill. Nunez sends this one inside, the header up but headed away by Romain, and Fatima still have possession. Bailey turns nicely onto his left foot, slips the ball inside. Here's the dummy, and they bring it all the way back, turning, twisting Williams, and rather Romani still has possession, gets it back here to Hospitalis. He's looking for something forward, decides he's going to go square with it to Captain Bailey. He slips his man nicely, then whips in across, and eventually the defense clears it away, but not very far, as Fatima again regains possession, and this time it is the good work. Nunez is going to try to get it back in play, but it's very well read again by Valentine. They under move once more. Here's Valentine trying to slip the ball forward and head it away. Hospitalis though is going to get there first, does well, just kind of eases around his man Romain and gets it back, but St. Augustine comes out fighting in this second half. You could see the determination on their faces. Andrews trying to keep it alive. He goes with it again, plays it over on that far side, but it's not the best ball to his teammate Valentine, and it's coming the other way. Fatima now on the move again. Williams trying to knife his way forward there, and he already has one goal today already, and was trying to get a second one. He had another good opportunity in the first half, but couldn't finish the job. And this is not what St. Augustine wants to see early in the second half. Fatima though still look composed. They're just doing their thing, doing what they're accustomed doing, which is the hallmark of a good team. Do the simple things quickly and effectively, and the more you do it, the easier it becomes, the more familiar you are with it, and the more comfortable the whole exercise. And here is, this could be the situation here. He may have to get some more treatment. I was making the point, he got his bell rung in the first half, and he's probably still feeling the effects of that errant elbow that struck him in the air there, and it might have done some damage because he still might be a little bit woozy, even though he might be running around. It's probably not he's probably still hearing sounds in his ear, in his inner ear, of all places. And it might be jingle bells, might be something else, but he's probably hearing bells right now, and that is not normal. The referee trying to take charge of proceedings here, trying to make sure that everything is back on track. And it seems, I'm not sure if they're going to make the substitution. They're just going to ice him. Yes, they look like they're going to make the substitution. So Chaim Williams is coming off, and he's being replaced by number 11 for Fatima, as they look to up the ante here as quickly as possible. And Jeremiah Niles, here's a shot coming from distance, but way off target. So Fatima, not a flashy team, if you know what I mean, but they are a consistent team, and they just try to do what they came to do, if you know what I mean. They know that they're a passing team, so they try to pass the ball as much as possible, but they also try to get the ball into the dangerous areas and squeeze from there. Like how they're going to set this up here, hoping to get the question here is the left knee, because that was the one that was closest to the defender, and it may not even have been the blow, the defender striking him. It might have been just where the foot landed, and it might have been stuck in the grass. A number of things could happen there. This doesn't look good. It looks very serious indeed. You can see how gingerly the trainer is trying to move that leg, and he still cannot straighten it at this point in time, and that is not a good sign. And it's so sad, because it was a simple play. The defender had to come, and he did come, but he might have just, either he nudged him, or just as contact was made, the attacker's foot probably landed in the wrong place, and you could see him, hands in his face in his hands there, an indication that he knows that something serious has happened there. And I don't ever like to call it, but that could be an ACL damage, as simple as it looks there. But Ruskin is not a doctor, and I say that because I suffered a similar injury to that, so I know what an ACL feels like, and every time they touch that leg, it's gonna hurt him, and it's just so sad to see that for a player who was having such a good game, that this is what it has come to. They're gonna have to move both legs at the same time, and maybe just have him roll over and then roll back onto the board, or just let him roll over on his side, put the board, and then have him roll back onto the board. They don't need to lift him up, and I think that's exactly what they referee's assistant is advising, and then let him roll back onto the board as they come back down. So that is the sensible approach to how you treat with an injured player like that. And it's so sad to see him get this injury, and again, it's all part of the game, but it's also a symptom of the type of fields that these players are being asked to perform on. It's not the best of surfaces for them. And it's just unfortunate that the young man has had to leave the game now with an injury. And he was having such a nice evening out there in the middle. But the play continues, and they are on the move again. Fatima though looking to regain control of proceedings. Ball play down here is Bailey. Can he turn his man and do something? There's another green shirt trying to size up there. Nice through the Gans on the move. Plays it over on the far side. It could have been left there, but Romani picks it up. And they have possession once again. Nunes, actually, it looks as if I was thinking that it might have been Alcantara, but he is still on the field, and so I'll have to verify which of the players went down because I couldn't see the number, and but it's sad that had to happen when it did. So St. Augustine, meanwhile, trying to get something out of this game, and a nice little looping ball there, but there comes the goalkeeper, bobbles it, but he's able to reclaim it, and danger averted. Edwards quickly sending it downfield, hoping to get something. This ball is slipped away. Goal to Fatima, almost out of nothing, and they tack on goal number 3. He just came on the field and is able to strike goal. The goalkeeper always had a big kick, and now he's kicking with the slope, and the ball just ran downhill. What a touch that is. Brilliant effort indeed. And he just slips it past, and it just goes in, and lovely Chavez, Michael Chavez, the man scoring the goal for Fatima. And just like that, they go 3-0 up in the 58th minute of play. Once again, goalkeeper Edwards to the rescue there, and again he's setting this one up. The ball is bouncing in front of him. A nice challenge by the defender there. He didn't really humbug the goalkeeper from making the kick, but what he did, he blocked the path of the ball as it was going forward. So Fatima go further ahead. They're up by 3-0 now, with a clinical finish from Michael Chavez. Still Fatima looking for more though. They also have Jose Atong on the field, and St. Augustine not able to really get anything by way of shots on goal at the moment. And here goes Chavez trying to keep the pressure on. And we have yet another player down, another St. Augustine player stays down. It's a tough ask for a lot of these players. These games are coming thick and fast, and some of these players are coming into games carrying little niggles, But again, I could tell you, when you play sport at a certain level, you're never 100%. Something is always hurting. If it's not your elbow, it's your wrist. If it's not your ankle, it's your knee, it's your back, it's the hamstring, it's the groin. Something always hurts. And then you come in and you play games, and then you get another knock. So it's just more pain that you're dealing with. And it's just so unfortunate to see this young man having to deal with it. And it's the knee injury that is, they're packing the ice on it. That is kind of like the first option in a situation like that. But he was having such a nice game as well. But I'm sure Fatima will try to bring it home for him at this point in time. It's a throw-in to Fatima, and they have possession once again. And there is Hospitalis trying to send Bailey on his way, but not able to do it down. So 60 minutes gone until 61 minutes of this contest. St. Augustine still unable to really prise open the Fatima defense, but they're leaving themselves exposed at the back here, and real anxiety as well. But Fatima very efficient at the back. They're not the biggest of defenders, but they understand the role that they play and how to play their respective positions. And like I said, because they've been playing together for an inordinately long period of time, they have been more than comfortable. And they played a number of games at the under 16 level, and also played a number of games together now, playing a number of games together this season, trying to squeeze that ball in there to Chavez. And still they're able to get control of the ball and doing something with it. Fatima though, not prepared to just kick the ball away. If anything, they're anxious to get control and keep control. Nunez all the way back to Edwards. He has Atherton right in front of him, and instead he decides to play it forward and try to get it there to Hospitalis. He's pushing, juggling for it, but skipper Bailey to the rescue. Quick and skillful. He gets the ball up as they on the move once again. Opportunity now, Romani trying to thread the needle there. Almost got it through, but not on that occasion. And it's almost as if they're playing positionless football, Fatima. A lot of interchanging pass. Here they go again. Chavez on the move once more, and he does it again. Michael Chavez coming on as a substitute and getting a brace in double quick time in the 63rd minute. So in a 5-minute span, he scored twice and doubled Fatima's lead. Just look at it, clinical, as he saw the goalkeeper. The goalkeeper really should have been flying off his line to try to get to him. But once he was frozen there, he was in no man's land, and Chavez had ample time to pick his spot and just slip it past him. Almost the two goals seem almost identical, because he was able to run onto both of them and just tuck it past the goalkeeper. And again, he doesn't need too many touches, and just one to put it away and count them. So 4-0 now, Fatima, and I'm sure they'll be happy. This would be a wonderful way to say we got your back here to that man Joshua Mason, who was injured who injured his knee in that collision. So a free kick to St. Augustine. They are really trying desperately to get something going here, but not much by way of consistent play. Here's a shot low and hard, and the defense dealt with it quickly. This is Rumi. He's quick, but he's injured, and he's carrying some kind of injury. He's not his full self, and you can see it in the way he operates. And he was down on the ground about twice already in this game, and so he's still fighting out there, although he's not 100%. Like I said, when you play this much football, you're never 100%. Something always hurts somewhere. And you ask any professional cricketer, footballer, and they'll tell you that it's you just kind of suck it up and you deal with it. You can play hurt, you can't play injured. That's the difference. Just a shot, lovely effort on the turn, and but it's blocked, and just like that, we're going the other way. But a good effort there from Ferdinand. He's not afraid to shoot on sight. Unfortunately for him, the Fatima defense is a well-oiled machine back there. Here is now turning, twisting with it, trying to bring the ball forward, and losing out there though is Romani. Fatima though still in control, and that's an iffy ball at best. Bailey, the captain though, trying to tidy it up. Williams though, here they come now. This could be a chance for St. Augustine. A brilliant save by goalkeeper Edwards. He got into position, and again you see the difference between him and his opposite number, Delise. He came right to the edge of the area, narrowed the angle as much as possible, and then planted. And when the shot came, he was right there in position to make the move either to his left or to his right. And that time he had to go low to his left and executed a fine save yet again. The ball thrown in quickly. Digans just taking his time. Hospitalis now knifes his way forward, gets it back to Digans. Digans can slip it back to him. He's on his way. Can he get the ball across? The goalkeeper does well to make the save, and eventually the defense comes to his aid to tidy up. But a fine save this time by Delise, and another brilliant run from Hospitalis, almost prizing open goal number 5. So yet another player stays down after a challenge. And you just look at the St. Augustine players. Number 3 with his hands on his knees, a suggestion that he too is tired. The man walking across the screen with his hands on his hips, also a suggestion that he is a little bit winded at the moment. And you see all the players now putting their hands on their hips. That's the fatigue factor coming in there. And if I know Fatima like as well as I do, they're just going to keep running them, trying to run them ragged as best as possible. And 4 goals is a good score, but I don't think they're satisfied with that. And there's that man, Michael Chavez, who just came on as a substitute and has scored a brace in a 5-minute brace. We saw Mo Salah score a hat-trick in 6 minutes just now. Chavez picked up a double in 5 minutes since coming on. So Fatima cruising to another victory. And again, they're trying to get it up to their captain, Bailey. Here's the cross there, the goalkeeper again coming, but once again, he's not confident coming off his line. Although on that occasion, he did get a touch, and enough of a touch to push it away from his goal. Here they come again. Nice turn, and Ferdinand trying to get the ball forward. He does get an opportunity there now, and at this time, it's taken away. The Valentine, the one trying his luck there. But 4 goals to nothing. Fatima really in cruise control. You can see why they've been one of the more consistent teams all season long. A big one downfield. Fatima again looking. Chavez can't control it this time. And also trying to get involved there is Atong. here he is coming forward, slipping the ball into space, and it's going to be a free kick, and Atong was sent sprawling there, and he took a real knock as he went. He was gathering speed. He had to stretch a little bit to try to win the ball, and then when the tackle came, he was upended, and he stays down as well. So yet another Fatima College player is down for the count. It's been a fairly physical battle, and that is to be expected. St. Augustine, they have good physicality as a unit, and so if you play them, you expect to get a few bumps and bruises. It reminds me of the days of Wimbledon Football Club in England, and they were giants on the football field. And when you play Wimbledon, you better be prepared to not just run plenty, but you'll be sore after the game. It was just par for the course, and it's everywhere you go there are teams like that. Here's another player being taken off the field for St. Augustine this time. So it's been a hard day for most of these players. This has been a tough match, and it's coming to the end of a long season for some of them. And it's been that kind of an outing. Now Nunez is probably fancying his chances from here with that educated left foot of his, and he's sizing it up. The key here, I would imagine, is for him to either get it down, get it up and down quickly, or get it low and hard and see if he can't nestle it into the far corner. Here he is. Roberto Carlos hits it, but it goes up, up and over, and no save required there from Delis. 71 minutes gone in this encounter. We've had quite a few stoppages though, so we may very well have about 4 or 5 minutes of time added on, if not more. Bailey with the corner kick for Fatima. They're trying to put the finishing touches on this one. They have St. Augustine beat. The question is now, can they keep a clean sheet? Remember, in the general scheme of things, they are trying to avoid having or trying to stay in second, and Logan Mango is on. So here's a cross, the header down, blocked by the defense. That's a good header, and almost getting involved almost immediately on coming on as well. Here is Mango, slipping the ball forward, trying to thread the needle. The ball comes across goal, shot, blocked by the goalkeeper. He doesn't save it the first time, and the defense had to come to his aid again. This time Fatima losing out, and the ball is played upfield quickly, and they're off to the races once again with Ferdinand turning nicely, coming inside, looking for some support, and they're trying to spread it over on the near side. The ball played right back across goal, but it was too soon. Romain playing it a little too firmly, as Valentine was not able to get to the end of it. Here is that lovely ball played in there, no look, and he set it up there for Bailey. The shot came, and there was Chavez again looking for a hat-trick, and not able to get it past the goalkeeper this time. Good skill from Hospitales. Gets it up, and it's headed away, and Atherton was trying to get there but not able to do that, and Edwards is going to tidy up for Fatima. It was one of his long clearances that set Chavez up in with his first goal, and here he is again putting pressure on the defense as they're able to bring it upfield quickly. O'Brien hammers it upfield, but it only reaches as far as the half line, and guess what? Fatima back in control again. So clinical and so professional. They look like a well-oiled unit, this Fatima team. Not the biggest of players, but they have a lot of good touches. They have good confidence on the ball. They know what they want to do and who they want to get the ball to, like this man. Here's a cross, brilliant cross, header just over the bar. Again, Atong coming in there at the back post and getting the header, but not able to keep it down. He was under some duress as well, but he could have done better with that. Maybe just headed back the direction from which the ball came and just head down. And that would have forced the goalkeeper to have to make a save had it been on target. But good football from Fatima. St. Augustine though, still trying, but they're really being overmatched here by Fatima. A bit foot race here. Goalkeeper Edwards again, brave, coming out and making the stop. Again, he's trying to get it long. We saw him do that a couple of times. And at a turn this time, plays the ball downfield. Mingo can't control it. Chavez though might put pressure on and does. In fact, they win it back. Mingo has it. Again, he's playing the ball down that right hand side, trying to get Bailey started. Bailey, can he keep it in? He does well. On his left foot this time and looking to turn his man. Slips the ball inside quickly to Chavez. He goes back with it. And there is the ball by Hospitalis, but it's headed away. And Romani is there, who scored the opening goal. Keeper Romani gets it back. And maybe a shot is on. He thought about it, I would imagine. Still going. And now he tries to play Atong in, but Atong is being harassed and has to turn away from the pressure. Nunez. Can he get a shot off low and hard right across the face of the goal? And it looked like Mingo was trying to get to the end of it, but he just couldn't get there. Nunez again, look at him, drilled it across the goal, but just ahead of Mingo. So again, good football from Fatima as they continue this relentless pressure on the citadel of St. Augustine. And they too will make a quick substitution as Giovanni Hospitalis is the man coming on. Fatima back with the ball again. Mingo, the substitute, he goes for a little run and he's brought down. That's going to be a free kick. And just look at the smarts of Mingo. He put his body, his non-kicking foot between the ball and the defender. So the defender could only hit one thing when he tackles, and that's his foot. And that's why he has this free kick here now. And that is vintage Hudson Charles. So you can see him teaching the youngsters how to win fouls and how to protect yourselves at the same time. But in that case, he knew the tackle was coming, so he just put his foot in the way and won the free kick. Here is the ball played across goal, and Williams, who's gone up in defense, from defense rather, keeps it alive. And here's another early ball in, too strong for anyone and for everyone. Turn, skills, trying to get the ball across, and again Chavez is right there, but he couldn't get the handle. The deflection might have just forced the bubble in front of him, and he couldn't pull the trigger. Nunez, long ball over the top, picked up nicely there by Bailey. He goes for the return ball. No, it's not on. Atong keeps it back. Hospitalis, and still turning his man, going one way then the next, gets it back to Atong. He decides he's going to keep it, and they're just playing with St. Augustine right now. And the Hospitalis still getting forward. Mingo with the shot over the bar, and just not concentrated enough, I would think there, Mingo. So Atong showing his wares, and all of the Fatima substitutes have come on and really impressed since coming on, as they really have put pressure on St. Augustine throughout. That doesn't stop this man from trying his luck, but again you see the bunks of the ball, and a lot of the passes, just as he's about to make contact with it, the ball kind of takes a bad hop, and those things go awry. Just even you saw that from Chavez. Here's another ball played for Atong, trying to get in the mix there, and loops it over the bar. So they're still creating chances even as we enter 80 minutes on the clock. But the amount of stoppages we've had, it suggests that we might have a good 4 or 5 minutes of added on time if the referee feels up to it. Maybe she might decide, look, the game is all over, let's just end it. But I suppose the rules predict that you play the added on times once there have been stoppages. So Fatima will build from the back now at a ton to Hospitalis. Hospitalis, though, has had a good game. He started up playing higher up the field, and now he's dropped back a little bit more defensive. Williams plays a long ball, well controlled by Atong. He slips the ball inside, and they're on the move once more. Romani trying to get there, but hustle from Romain, and the ball is won back. Fatima turning, twisting, here's a shot blocked, and almost out of nothing, Romani unleashed one from distance. Williams, though, gets it to Nunez this time. He turns away from the pressure and then shakes his man nicely. Here's the cross, but that's not going to trouble the goalkeeper. He doesn't come for it, and he almost lets in another one. St. Augustine pleading for offsides, and I'm not quite sure when the flag was waved or was raised, but the goalkeeper looked like if he was really not sure that there was a player back there, and he just seemed to be ambling out of his goal and not really trying to get to the ball quickly. And that is probably just going to be a huge learning curve for Delis. He has good height, and we've seen him make a couple good saves, so it's not beyond the realm of possibility that a year from now he'll be a much improved goalkeeper. Probably just has to work on his angles and his anticipation, as well as the cross balls, how to deal with crosses. But that's a weakness that even mature goalkeepers have, even professionals. It's not the easiest skill to perfect in this thing so far. Another free kick to Fatima College as they try to put the finishing touches on this encounter, and the ball is played down that right hand side again, where again Bailey is out there enjoying himself. Hospitalis again gets it inside to Chavez. Chavez looking for some movement, has it all the time, every time. Here is Hospitalis again, but then he falls over his own dribble. He like, it's almost like he dribbled himself. And here's another strong tackle, and yet another player goes down and stays down, and that is the yellow card. Now, there might have been a little history into that challenge, because just a short while ago, you could see Atherton was being pulled from behind. He wasn't happy about it, and this is his revenge, if you know what I mean, as he saw the player was half turned, and any coach would tell you the best time to tackle is when the player is half turned, because you're not sure where you are at all times. So Hudson Charles and company just trying to see what else they can squeeze out of this game. And you could see him telling Bailey to get the crosses in, get the ball over, because the goalkeeper is a little bit suspect. He's not confident coming for the cross ball. And if you can hit the ball over, and we've seen Bailey hit a couple early ones, which is a good sign. You don't always have to go byline to hit the cross ball. You could hit them from halfway into the opponent's half, or even further up, even from the half line. You can, once you can get the cross in, puts pressure on the defenses. Still they're battling for it, and Williams is in there, but too many blue shirts trying their best here now. Could he get a shot off? Here's the shot, but again, well saved by goalkeeper Edwards. Most of the sting, though, was taken out of it by the defender. Fatima trying to maybe tack on another one if possible, but also trying to avoid conceding. And that's another little strong tackle there from Hospitalis. He's a small man, but that doesn't say he can't dish out his own brand of punishment as well. Sometimes it's those small guys that creates the problems for you. Here's another lovely cross ball. This is what I was talking about. Get them across early and force the goalkeeper to have to at least make a decision. This time he was equal to it the least. He came off his line and made the interception and did it very well. Indeed, like I said, he does have the tools. It's just that he's probably just raw as a goalkeeper. But I suppose when he understands the position that he's playing and the role that is required, he might be a much better. Here's another cross ball deep. Nunez is back there with the header, and is Romani. He's off to the races now. Cuts back inside, but he cuts into traffic and still keeps his balance. Atong is there, plays it back in the middle. Here comes Nunez on his left foot, and he wants to turn back on that left foot. And I think Romain knew that, so he was right there waiting for the cutback. So it's been a tough battle for St. Augustine, and I still maintain that they have enough quality on this team to do a better job than the results suggest for them. I don't know what went wrong with them this season, but to not get a point and to finish the season in such a dramatic fashion. But you just look at the way they're battling Fatima here. This team is unbeaten, and they're still fighting even down to the last. Fatima, though, would love to tack on another one. Here's a shot coming just wide of the mark. The goalkeeper again, Delis, was scrambling across. He might have gotten a touch. I don't know if it was closer, but he certainly was being called upon to make a save there. Good football once again from Fatima. 87 minutes gone already in this encounter, and they're still firing away, looking for another one. They have 4. They would love a 5th, I'm sure. As you see, trying to get a handful. They might get it here. Chavez turns onto his right foot, and the ball is charged down, and it's coming the other way. It was a good shot again from Chavez, the substitute. And boy, what a difference he has made. And again, the passes just proven to be their undoing today. St. Augustine. Atong looking for some movement. He gets the ball back in the middle of the park. It's picked up there by Alcantara. He slips the ball inside. Romani gets it there to Mingo. Mingo plays it back. They have Ataturn plays the ball forward, trying to get it there to Hospitalis. Can he get the cross in? He cuts across his man nicely, still going, sets it up. One, the ball is blocked, and the goalkeeper is there, but the ball still not going in. Chavez trying his bit. Fatima appealing for a handle ball. The defender was on the ground, and it could so easily have been a handle ball, but the goalkeeper was also there, so it might have been 6 of one, half a dozen of the other. But Fatima all so close to goal number 5. But a good skill again from Hospitalis to get around his marker and then play the ball back across the box. That created all the problems. Mingo almost breaking through there. There is, and he and Chavez, since coming on, there's Nunez's header back across goal, but it falls behind. So, what does Fatima have left? Do they have one final salvo to let go at St. Augustine here now? Bailey. Quickly get it to Mingo. Mingo again playing the ball behind the defense. Atong is over there. He is trying to turn his man, slips it inside to Chavez, and offside is the call over on that far side. But the ball played up quickly. St. Augustine though, and that's been the problem. One pass forward, and they don't control it well, and Fatima bringing it in the other direction. It's been a real tough afternoon for them. As Fatima again moving forward. Mingo gets it over there to Bailey. Bailey goes for the return ball. He gets behind the defense again. Probably made that cut a little too sharply. His shot is straight at goalkeeper Delis. And he claims it and starts a quick counter-attack. That's not a bad ball. And but again, the control not there for them. And they're unable to really take advantage. So it's been a thoroughly professional job by Fatima College. And they're just in cruise control. Now you understand why they're beating. There's a wicked shot just wide. Chavez again doesn't need much, and he doesn't have a high backlift. He just turned, he spun and hammered it on his way. Good pace, and it just flashed wide of that post. So we're playing time added on now. How much time, we're not sure. But the referee, I'm sure, is taking into consideration the number of stoppages that we've had. But she might also take into consideration that Fatima just wearing down St. Augustine right now, and she might want to give them a little bit of a reprieve. Ball played over to Atong, who is just slipping it inside and goes for the return ball. He and Chavez, and here's another one that they probably should have scored. And it goes behind. Is it a goal kick or a corner kick? It looks like it's going to be a goal kick. Atong wants a corner kick though, but he's not going to get it on this day. We're playing time added on, and St. Augustine just hanging on here. And that is it. The referee says enough is enough, and I don't quarrel with her on that one, because this has been a thoroughly outstanding performance by Fatima College. They probably didn't score the 8 or 9 that Napoli must scored against St. Augustine, but they certainly looked like they're capable of scoring 8 or 9 on another day. And at the end of it all, it's a grand, unbeaten season for Fatima College, as they got a 5th minute item from Romani. In the 8th minute it was James Williams. In the 58th minute it was Michael Chavez, the substitute, and Chavez again in the 63rd minute for his second half brace, as Fatima rolled over St. Augustine by 4 goals to nothing.